Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We provide fan-oriented and analytic discussions on a variety of animated shows, movies, and anime, currently featuring Steven Universe, Miraculous Ladybug, New Powerpuff Girls, and Star vs. The Force of Evil. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hello.
And Justin Cummings.
Hello, loyal listening audience.
Okay. Today, Delaney, Justin, and I will be discussing we'll be having our weekly Miraculous Ladybug Roundtable discussing other ships. I don't know if I'm going to call this other ships or other relationships because I feel like we're past the point of using ships as like actual naming schema and like. Anyway, we can get more into that later, but we've recently gone through most of the major Miraculous Ladybug ships, all four of them, the Marinette and Adrian combinations, and we also did Marinette and Alia, Delaney and I's favorite last week, and now we're going to do all the other ones we did not cover. We discuss Miraculous Ladybug every week here on the Overly Animated Podcast. You can check us out at overlyanimated.com or search for the Overly Animated Podcast on iTunes, your favorite podcatcher. So one thing, guys, is that, we're doing these weekly topics, but now I have exhausted my list of things I want to talk about. So please suggest future topics for us. I mean, we could have like character discussions, but we've kind of had our, we've had Adrian discussions like within each of the ship podcasts and stuff like that. So I'm a little unsure of where to go from here. We could revisit episodes. We could do episode rankings, but I don't know how much I remember of some of the early ones, so I couldn't rank them, but yeah, stuff like that. So anyway.
Dylan doesn't have a list prepared?
No,
what?
I don't. Yeah. Crazy. So any
on an objective scale?
Yes, objective rankings, of course. But no, I mean it could be favorites. Anything, any topics you guys want to hear, suggest us for these roundtables, and we will consider it. So, but yeah, this week, other ships, we are going to get into potential relationships onto the show, such as I don't know, what's the lead here? Ivan and Mylene, probably. Alia and Nino.
The only one.
Like Rose and Juleka, and then a lot of fanon ships too, like not canon. I don't know if people who use fanon as a term. Maybe that
yes, they do.
Maybe that dates me, but I guess not. Okay, so we'll get into all of those, and yeah, so we're not going to be able to spend too much time on them, but let's get started. Okay, so Justin has prepared a list for us. Thank you, Justin. And we have, 10 options, 8 options, something like that. Let's each go through and pick one and say, I think we should discuss this one first. And here's it doesn't have to be that, but this was my favorite of the ones listed and why. And you can't choose something that someone's already gone with. So I'll have the hardest ones. So let's start with Delaney.
Oh, God. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do Sabrina and Chloe or OT4. I don't know.
Not Rose, not Rose and Juleka though.
Rose and Juleka, that's a good one too. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just they're all good.
Okay, so let's do. So Delaney picking. So there's some highlights. We'll go through them individually, I guess. Justin, what stands out to you from this list?
I want Ivan and Mylene because they're the greatest.
Okay, yeah. I feel like that's a lot of...
And they're confirmed and they're adorable.
True.
Yeah, I mean...
They're confirmed.
I don't think confirmed there's a difference between confirmed and
It means we have more to go off
appears in the show. Confirmed is there's this they hold hands, confirmed. I don't think that's this is an actual
No,
thing,
he said, do you want to go out? And she's like, yeah.
So it's like a thing in the show is what you mean.
And it's adorable.
It's canon.
Yeah, it's canon. It's not I would say that Rose and Juleka is confirmed.
They're confirmed, yeah.
I would say sarcastic confirmed.
Okay. They touched once. There's basically when your gays touch and you're confirmed.
That's Delaney's experience with confirmed, right? Yeah.
It's literally what it is.
Yeah. I'll pick obviously Chloe Bug. I guess that's
shocker.
Chloe and Ladybug.
That and hurt you, but I didn't. So
I feel justified to discuss the ship in extensive detail now because I got an ask. I'm gonna pull up who it's from, but
I saw this. Don't validate Dylan.
I got fried-fish-sticks sent me an ask saying I'm expecting at least a full 20 minutes of the OTP Chloe Net. on the next roundtable. Okay, cool. We've seen Chloe, Net,
Do
Chloe,
you want
Bug.
me and Justin to suffer?
So
Like,
I think we have to discuss it for 15 minutes. So you know.
For the record, if you want to send me Ladybug asks on Tumblr, please do. You can find all my information
Okay,
on the
though, you don't
website.
need to
I like
plug.
talking.
No, it's okay, that's fine. But we can but for now we'll get into all of these probably in like 5-minute chunks each, you know. I don't know if I can spend that much time on. And we're not prepared with like all this
there aren't episodes. We don't have like they glance
I
at each
have
other in
names, and that is
episode
it.
4 at minute 4. No, we don't have that.
Okay, I
so
want to start with Ivan and Mylene because I feel like that's the lead here in terms of like significance to the show. And we haven't even said all of the ones we're going to talk about, so some of these will be surprises, I guess. Some of these are surprises to me looking at this list.
I'm going to apologize for a couple of these, Dylan.
Yeah, I don't know. Third from the bottom probably will not be discussed. So
can we please at least say it?
Well, not right now. No, but not right now. So we'll get to that later. So we'll get to the.
I left my plush at home. Sad.
Why would you leave? Why that should be first priority in bringing to school is your Miraculous Ladybug plushes, obviously.
I have my toy. I have my action figure with me.
Okay, Delaney got a Tiki plush and a Marinette action figure.
Tiki is too small. She would just end up under the bed with Momo, so I left Momo and Tiki at home. They're too small, so Appa and Naga are the only ones that can come with me.
Man, you're just discriminating against the small animal companions in
They get lost. they just get shoved under my bed. It's not fair to them.
I remembered I have roommates now who don't mind this. I have a lot of stuffed animals that will be coming with me now.
Okay, good. I'm glad we're on topic already, but I guess I did that. But yeah, would Momo and Tiki be friends? Answer no. So let's get into
Momo would eat Tiki.
Momo's too good for Tiki.
Justin, talk to me about the ship of Ivan and Mylene in general, where it is on the show right now, what's the appeal of the ship, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, so I guess chronologically the first appearance is Origins. Which, yeah, it's so weird watching Origins if you watch it last because they're already like dating. If you see other episodes, so it's like not a shock at all when they reveal, oh, Ivan likes her. We knew this, but it's like Origins. We see Ivan wanting to ask her out, like he likes her, doesn't know if she likes him. It's very cliche. It's a cliche couple. When they're making the movie, she gets scared. He's very kind and gentle. It's cliche through and through, but it's adorable nonetheless. And I think it's the only canon ship the show has. So if nothing else, we're stuck with it. And I mean, honestly, it's harmless. It's not a main thing, but they're sweet, and you can see they're good together. And it's sweet. It's adorable, Dylan.
Delaney, in on the Ivan and Mylene. I mean, spoilers for people who've already listened to us before; they know the answer to this. But yes, are you in on this?
Yes. It's cute. It's fine. Like, I mean, we talked about it like on the episodes. Like, oh, this is cute. It works. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's adorable. Like, go for it. They're sweet. You know, neither one of them are like irritating to each other, so it works.
I feel like you've been more enthusiastic about them in the past.
I have been. It's just the Moralia's intense. But
compared to
I
other
do really
ships.
like the.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it's different like talking about it than like watching it. Like. Yeah. Also, it gets a little, you know, it's half the fun of shipping something is when it's not real. So, like, the excitement tone, depending on the ship, it gets a little less exciting when they get together.
Delaney has gone full fandom with that, half the excitement of shipping something is when it's not real.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that that is true of shippers. So, yeah, that's probably accurate. Yeah, I mean, I'm in on Ivan and Mylene. I think it's been good in the episodes. It was presented in Origins, probably like Horrificator, I assume. And
that's the best one.
Yeah, that was the best one. That's why I remember it actually. And yeah, they're good. They're cute together. I like that they're two like non-traditional looking people. Like
that's what I was gonna say. Okay, I'm glad you.
Yeah, Marinette and Adrian are just like their character models are basically let's make them the most attractive possible we can like make, and so it's nice to have Ivan and Mylene who like look more like real people than Marinette and Adrian, because I don't think real people look like either of them, but not that we mind, you know. But it's I think it's cool, and it's nice that Ivan is like going against type with him being the giant dude, and he's like actually a sweetheart and stuff like that. The only aspect I guess I wouldn't like of this is that it's like presented as like an Ivan crush first, and it's like validated, that type of thing. It's a little bit male perspective ish, probably. But it's fine. I do like the two of them together, although I'm not 100% sure I mean, I don't know if I get enough from their characters as to why they like each other to a certain extent. We just kind of get these cute moments, and we don't really have any substance behind it. So I don't know. Maybe we should have a full Ivan and Mylene episode. Yes or no, Justin?
Yes, please.
Delaney.
I don't know if I care enough, but it'd probably be adorable. So sure, why not?
Okay, yeah, maybe. That's good for that one. I don't know. Maybe we'll come back to it, but let's move on to let's do Sabrina. No, let's do Oh yeah, and I'm gonna probably like stutter through names a lot because I have to remember a lot of minor names for this. Let's do oh yeah, and apparently DJ Wi-Fi is.
Oh, and feel free to add things to this list. This was my list, so
I think this covers everything I said.
This is like all the options.
Yeah. So Justin, where are we with the DJ Wi-Fi? The answer is not clear, and what was presented in show with this?
The answer is Alia for the first half of the show is Nina's like a little brother. Nina's like a little brother. 5 minutes in a cage in Animan, and now they're dating. Apparently, we have heard nothing. So apparently we'll get something revealed about what happened in the cage in Animan. Ooh, but we know nothing. It's like they said, yeah, we're dating, and that was the last they ever brought it up. So apparently they're dating, but who knows? And that's about the extent of their interaction.
Are you in on it?
I mean, it means no Alia net unless we go T3 or T4. However, if we're not going to get Alia net, at least Alia's happy, I'd rather her be happy than me be like, no, it's Marinette or nobody for you.
I guess that's kind of the appeal, is like if Alia's happy with it, right? Delaney, thoughts on this ship?
No, it's annoying.
No,
like, oh, we have these. It's just because it's annoying. Cause
Rejected
like, okay,
by Delaney. Okay.
We already have Adrian and Marinette, and it's like, okay, blah blah blah. They have, whatever. Like, that's the ship that they both like each other, but they don't know they like each other. It's really irritating. And then like, oh, we have the best friends, guy and a girl. Guess they have to start dating. That irritates me so much. Like, it's just the worst.
So
this show is a trope.
So you don't like this from a mandatory? I saw this phrase better on Tumblr recently. Oh, compulsory heterosexualism. You don't like it from that perspective.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I saw that in reference to Cursed Child, by the way, obviously, but that phrasing, obviously, but yeah, I mean, I just hate how this was presented in Animan. It's just sucked. Like, it was
like, it's honestly like they were like, oh, we're gonna pretend we're not gonna go this route, and then, oh, we're obviously gonna go this route, let's do it right now. And it's like, no, if they did it like in a way that was like made me actually kind of want to ship it, it'd be okay. But no, they're just like, oh, they're together. I'm like, really? No.
And it's like, it's annoying from the perspective of, okay, the main male and female getting together, and their like male and female friends getting together. And it's also, I think, annoying from the perspective of the non-white like sidekicks, and then they have to be together.
Yeah,
like it's
so annoying.
I feel like it's insulting. I don't know. Like it's
well, it's really irritating. We see it all the time. Yeah. It's just the worst.
Yeah, like, why do we need to pair up the like the friends of the straight people and like the only like racial diversity? Like, it's I don't know. It's annoying. They could expand this in a way which would be more interesting. I also think like the way it happened is just so bad, and like, I don't know if
also Nino isn't much of a character. It's just like Nino's just like there.
Alia is much more of a character, and at the same time also like, yeah, I don't know if they like go together too. Like, they're pretty.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, what? I don't. It's like that couple. Like, you look at a couple and you're like, how do you work? Like, you're like, they don't look like they're together. I don't understand.
Yeah.
So, now, if they add more DJ Wi-Fi, like they've said they will, are you able to be swinged or swung, whatever the word is, on this ship? Is it salvageable to you?
There's a lot going against it. Like, everything.
That's the thing. Like, honestly, like, it's so just. Also, it's really the fact that they're doing it in comics makes me like hate it more. Like, it makes me like be like, I really don't. No, I love comics, but when you do things like this in side material, because I'm sorry, a comic is side material. When you have a show, it's side material.
Yes.
And of course, I've read all of like the Avatar comics, but still, it's annoying. Don't do things like that. So no, it's worse. Like if you have to do it in a comic, no, then I extra don't want to ship it.
If we get more in season 2, what are your thoughts? Like if we actually get it in the show.
Yeah, I mean, we'll
no.
see what happens. It's obviously it depends on how it's presented, but there's a lot going against this one for sure, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, let's obviously we're not in on it, but let us know why we're wrong in the comments. If I don't know, is this a much shipped ship? I don't think so, but maybe.
I feel among the target demographic, probably.
I guess so. Yeah, you're right. Maybe our young listeners will say they ship it. So no, I mean I'm not to delegitimize. If you like it, right? So to let us know if you find it appeals.
Yeah,
us
you can ship whatever you ship.
Yeah, sure. Like, unless it's like unless it's Tiki and Plug, then no.
Yeah, then that's not okay.
That was the third from the bottom one. then that's not acceptable. Okay, let's get into the OT3. So, Justin, is this actually a thing that is a thing in the fandom, or is this just a thing with us, the OT3?
You said it, so I wrote it down.
Okay.
I don't know if it's in the fandom. I heard you say it. I like working here, so I wrote it.
I know. Oh, I said write that down. I wouldn't remember.
What is the OT3?
Well, it'd be with Alia, with the two of them, right? With the two leads. So.
Oh, that's definitely a thing. No, in the fandom, the OT4 and the OT3. Delaney's read a lot of fanfiction.
I know the OT4 is right, but do people actually like?
Yes, the OT3 is a.
Okay.
It's not. I think it might be kind of even with the OT4. I have seen like people do ship this.
Okay.
It's real.
Okay. So we can discuss that. So first of all, okay, so I'm not super educated in the state of these types of ships in fandom. I kind of think the OT3, OT4 type thing is a little bit, it at least started out delegitimizing kind of to poly romances, I feel like.
Yes, I agree with that.
So it's kind of just like, oh, I like these characters. They can all be together and we'll all be happy and shipping and stuff like that. But for a lot of people listening, and this is not something that's widely spread in society, this is something most people, I would say, even don't understand, is that more than two people can like love each other in any sort of combination, and it's called like polyamory, and it's completely legitimate. There's a lot of discrimination against these types of ideas in our society and whatever, but it's not really based in any sort of like non-hateful or logical place, right? So we're very pro any sort of love here, obviously. Very progressive and stuff like that. So the concept of doing this is potentially not good. So I feel like a lot of the like OT3, OT4 stuff is going to be not actually like wanting like a poly relationship between multiple of the characters. But let's talk about it in that lens, because I don't really have a lot of interest in being like the traditional fandom lens. So let's talk about it from like Alia, Marinette, and Adrian. So the first barrier to any of this is that the fact that they're in a society where they wouldn't even understand this is a thing right now at their ages, obviously.
Yeah, I was say they're also 14.
Right. So they're not gonna like get that this is a thing, because society like hides non-traditional things from people at young ages. Okay, Dylan rants. But so what's so okay, so you got, I think the most obvious way to do this is to have like Marinette be in a relationship with Alia and Adrian, and then like whether or not Adrian Alia, like, is that a ship on its own? First of all, that's my question.
It probably is.
I'm sure
someone ships it somewhere.
I'll fact check.
Yeah, could that be a thing, Adrian Alia?
I'll hold on.
No, could not regard. I don't care if people ship it. Delaney, do you see this as like personality meshing? Like,
I mean, like I think like they honestly, they go together just as much as Adrian and Marinette go together. I mean, honestly, it's not like they're fine. I mean, Alia likes Adrian. I don't necessarily know if she likes him anything further than, and then Adrian, who knows what does Adrian like? He likes Ladybug. We don't know anything. It's the potential. It could be fine. It could work. I mean, they seem to like at least like each other as friends, which is honestly like kind of maybe a little bit more than even Marinette and Nino. So like they good. So it'd be fine probably.
It'd be interesting.
It'd have an interesting dynamic, I think, like because Alia would like just call you out constantly about everything. So I feel like that would just be like good stuff for Adrian probably.
Yeah, it's that could be an interesting. Yeah, I feel like we should see them more on this. Have we ever seen them like interact on their own? Honestly, like that should be a thing that happens. I
wow.
think. Yeah, I don't know if that's happened. It's something that I feel like should that'd be like it could be like a humorous dynamic. Also, so yeah, there's the three of them. I think the major appeal is like you getting all the faves, right? Like that's and it's seeing they all can be happy, and it's like you don't have to have if we're exploring Marinette and Alia, that doesn't preclude anything like that. Throwing in Nino, then you can add in the DJ Wi-Fi, I guess, and then you can also add in Adrian and Nino, which I think is one. Is that on? That's one we should discuss on its own too.
Yes.
So, Delaney, thoughts on the four of them?
I mean, I don't know. It's just so hard because like Nino is like so less than like developed than the rest of them. Granted, Adrian is also like kind of like, Adrian, what are you? I don't know, but it could be fine. I don't know. It's like, I mean, I don't have any problem with the OT4. It's just like, it's just so hard to talk about in this like context with like they're 14. It's like, I don't know.
It's also really hard because the context of the show and also just
and the characters, like the way the characters interact, like they don't like. Honestly, none of our characters honestly have any chemistry. Period. Like except Marinette. Like, oh yeah, maybe.
Strong statement.
Like, honest to God, like I've had so many like
a lot
sitting
of our
here
main
thinking like Adrian and Marinette, like love them, but like they're honestly none of our like when you say do you ship them, could they be fine? They're all just kind of they're all cool. They can all be friends. Like they're all like they could all date each other. They could all date whoever. But it just there's nothing really like that jumps out at me. Like the only reason we ship Adrian and Marinette and all that stuff is because the show's like shoving it down your throat the whole time.
Okay. I'm gonna defend this. I'll be the voice of the fangirls here and defend this because
that's my job.
That's Justin's job, but I'll take it up for this. So I think you're coming from this perspective that one of the earliest things we talked about, probably our first podcast, the show's very flashy and not a lot of substance type thing, at least in the beginning. So it's like the aesthetic appeal is there, but like any sort of like interactions are maybe thin. So I'll say this is not true. I think Marinette and Adrian have chemistry. My two biggest examples would be Gamer, which I think they have clear chemistry, and I also think the end of Origins, especially with the rain scene. Like I don't know how a lot of it is the aesthetics for sure, but I do think it's there. I think.
Well, I think just in those two moments though, it's so hard to. But for me, it's like it's really hard for me. Like having two moments to me is not like instant chemistry. Like I don't know. It just I need to see more of it. Like on it, like I ship it because the show like tells me to, but I don't want to. But it's I don't know. It just the problem is none of the like. I don't know. It just what the show is and shipping doesn't. It's really hard to kind of ship things sometimes.
Delaney going on a very anti-Ladybug rant here, man.
I mean, I love the show. It's just
so I think Alia and Marinette have obvious chemistry. I mean,
yes, that's the thing. That's the thing. Look, that's the problem. Like Marinette and Alia are the only characters on the show who actually have like a defined, very clear like relationship period.
Yeah.
And that's why to me that's why I ship them because like it's so obvious to me like the like the rapport they have, this, and this, and then it's like I mean, Ladybug and Cat Noir have chemistry, like 100%, but it's just like Adrian and Marinette don't.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the time. So to close this out, I agree that Marinette and Adrian, like we haven't seen a lot of them together, so it's kind of hard to say they have chemistry. But I do think this and the small amount of substantial moments we've gotten, I think it's pretty.
Like when I say they don't have chemistry, that doesn't mean they'll never have chemistry. It's really based on season one. It's like
to a certain extent, they're not really interacting, so it's kind of hard to have chemistry. You know, like they're not actually talking except for one episode, so it's hard for that to be there. And I think like and all the blushes and stuff, I feel like we're talking about like actual conversations and stuff like that. So that's that. But I would say it's there in Gamer. But I'm not saying that's definitive or anything. Let's move on. Let's get into the one true ship, the OTP, the Chloe bug, the Chloenette.
And I'm out.
It's the obviously canon is what I would say. Like, have you seen the screenshot of that I made that one with like Marinette like
the only reason Dylan made that
like tackling like Chloe and it's there. So I'll speak for this one. I mean, as the resident shipper of this one. So obviously Chloe, super big fan of Ladybug to the extent that she's like fawning over her, and then they've like interacted, and then there's one episode where Chloe is like dark Ladybug or whatever,
anti-bug,
whatever is an interesting translation on that one, but yeah, it's and they're and they're like both in the costume, and then they're like interacting together. But also there's the episode where Ladybug like comes to check on Chloe in her room and stuff, and like there's so much. Like this is so let me tell you why I find this appealing, and it could be Marinette Chloe, or it could be Ladybug Chloe. I got some pushback on Tumblr for the Ladybug Chloe, saying it's like an abusive relationship. I don't know if they used abusive, by the way. People hate that term, but it's like not good for Marinette. I agree with that. It's toxic. Yeah, okay, I'll agree it's toxic, but you're forgetting that this is before hashtag Chloe redemption. So we have to remember that, of course,
before Chloe becomes, the bumblebee, whatever.
Before Chloe becomes Bumblebee and becomes nice. And I mean, she's not gonna be nice, she's gonna be sassy and like the mean girl. But the reason I find this appealing is because Marinette's the best and she's my fave. And then Chloe is my favorite archetype right now. I actually think this is now my favorite character archetype.
It always was. I've heard your thoughts on Code Lyoko. This is nothing new. You're just now realizing.
I guess so. Yeah, I'm now realizing it. It always was true. I love Sissy, so like it's always been true. But it's just the mean girl, like the popular mean girl type character who's like presented as an actual character. Like that's the thing. Like it's like they have to be like actually presented as a character to the audience. My favorite example of this is Victoria in Life is Strange. Not that that's relevant to many people, but I love Victoria in that show, like Sissy. And then so I just want to pair them up because it's like my favorite archetype, and it'd be the best. And Chloe would have to start being nice to Marinette, obviously, but there's also the added element beyond just randomly pairing the favorite characters is that Chloe is like obsessed with Ladybug, and so you can envision like Chloe like learning that Marinette's Ladybug and then having to deal with all that, and then like how that would affect her and stuff like that. We could have our own fanfic discussion podcast.
I mean, rivals to friends to dating, like that's a thing. Like
that's like a thing too, like this is this might be my tertiary ship in the show, like my actual number 3 behind the main 2 and the Moralia. But I think I am genuinely into the Chloe bug. Justin, thoughts on this ship?
So here's why I don't like Chloe to begin with.
Okay, you started off rough, but let's see where you're going with this.
Okay, no, you're gonna hate everything I have to say about this ship, and that's okay because you hate my favorite ships. Chloe, if they redeem her, that's fine. But we need to acknowledge the fact that Chloe is not... She might be likable to watch, but she's a horrible, horrible person now. Or at least she does horrible things, if we're going to be a bit nicer.
Let's qualify this. So...
She's the primary villain. Hawkmoth has no one outside of Chloe.
What if Chloe was the secondary villain to Hawkmoth in season 2?
I would really enjoy that, actually, because she already is.
Let's qualify this, because we talked about that. I get upset when people are like, "Oh, Jasper's great," and it's like, no, Jasper's a terrible person in Steven Universe. Jasper's doing bad things. Chloe is doing bad things. Jasper's doing horrible things. I feel like not like the worst, like to a certain extent, like, but that's a whole nother discussion. I don't think anything Chloe's doing is like clearly
they're in different contexts.
Awful. She's like not acting well, but it's nothing
Jasper
that's like
is a soldier committing war crimes. Chloe is a high schooler committing high school level crimes. Like two completely different contexts.
She's being mean.
If
but
Chloe was Jasper,
she
would act like Jasper, is what I'm saying.
Well, that's not that you.
She isn't committing those levels.
I would say don't extrapolate like that. But my point is like there's nothing Chloe's done that's like, oh, I can't ever like her again from that. It's like
I could like her, but they have a long road because it's going to take a lot to make me like her because she's done a lot of stuff.
I mean, I think it's fair. I think it's fair because at times in our episode discussions, Lane are like, wow, Chloe's just always the only reason Hawkmoth is ever able to akumatize people is from Chloe.
Because Chloe yelled at someone.
So so one, Chloe's bad. Are there other reasons?
The other reasons would be that Marinette, I don't think, trusts Chloe.
For sure.
I don't think she ever would. I think that's the thing is, you have to keep in mind, we might be open to a Chloe redemption arc because we've only had one season. Marinette's had to deal with Chloe year after year after year, just being the mean girl. If Chloe suddenly starts acting nice and it's like, Marinette, let's date. Marinette's first off going to be, this is a trick. She's doing something. She has something. She'll never not think that Chloe has some ulterior motive.
You're writing my fanfic, though, Justin.
You're writing the fanfic.
But you have the twist ending of Marinette finally has trust in her, and no, she wouldn't because
but Justin, they build trust through both being
Actually,
superheroes when Chloe's
Justin,
the bee.
Justin, you're suggesting a character flaw that I don't think Marinette has. Not necessarily a character flaw, but an aspect of Marinette that she doesn't really have. Like,
but I mean, we've seen the way she interacts with Chloe.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's true. Marinette like really hates Chloe. Like,
that's
true. I know we think Marinette's like the best. She also like really hates Chloe.
No, but my thing
she has every reason.
We've had episodes where I can't remember which episode. Literally one of the plots of the episode, Marinette was like, basically it was like, if you were kind of nice to Chloe, this wouldn't have happened. So I think that irritated me when the episode happened, because Marinette should be mad at Chloe, but also like I think if confronted with, for example, like Kwame plus Chloe, like Marinette, like I think Marinette could be swayed, like eventually. Like I do like, because one, it's Chloe is Bumblebee, like it's like that's what it is. Like at this point, it's like almost guaranteed, especially since the pictures we've gotten. Like it's her. But
my thing is, if in any real life scenario, someone were to start dating someone who bullied them for 8 years, people would raise eyebrows and question how healthy this relationship was.
But the thing is, that happens in real life, but
not that often.
As someone who it did happen to in my life, like this can happen. Also, people grow and become like, I mean, the thing is, Marinette, I think ultimately is a forgiving person, and I think I do think Chloe could do something to be put in Marinette's good graces. That's the thing. Like, not to say Chloe. I think Chloe is ultimately capable of good. She's just a mean girl. Like she's not evil. She's just rude. Like I don't like her, but she's just rude.
It goes beyond rude. She doesn't care about people at all. Like if it was just the stuff that we had seen like in class, rude. We've seen the way she treats Sabrina. We see the way she treats people she calls friends. She doesn't understand basic human.
I'm gonna step in here. We'll save this for our Chloe character discussion podcast, which obviously needs to happen now. Chloe. Yeah. But so right, I think both points are true. Like I think Chloe on the show, like, and I think Delaney and I experienced this as we're going through, presented kind of as over the top mean.
Like Chloe's so ridiculous. Like it's like, Chloe, what are you doing? Also, she's just trying to get attention. Like some of the stuff she does, it's like, okay, that was mean, but I laughed because that was so ridiculous that you did that, Chloe.
But here's the other side: is we're presented with Chloe's perspective. Like there's a reason why Delaney and I like want to sympathize with her and I like want to ship her with it. Like we're meant to understand where she's coming from. The show is presented enough of like there's these moments where it's like, okay, she's doing this for attention, or she's doing this because she's insecure, and we're presented with her relationship with her father and her relationship with Sabrina and how she doesn't really have fulfilling things going on in her life, and we're kind of like meant to understand why the way she is.
It's like Azula, like honestly, like I mean, obviously Azula is like on a whole different level than Chloe, because like Azula, but
we're meant to understand, and Azula did way worse things. So it's like, and Azula is more sympathetic just because she was more personable. But the thing is, like, if the show wanted Chloe to just be a villain, they wouldn't show us all of that. We're meant to like at least be able to understand Chloe.
Like I don't think Chloe's gonna become like Hawkmoth's assistant. Like I don't think that's.
Although that'd be pretty great. But
that would be pretty great. Like it would be like just because she'd be so rude to him all the time. Yeah. Okay, now I want it because she'd just be like awesome to him. But
it'd be good. But
he would reward her with aggressed fashion stuff every time she did something good for him.
Well, but that's predicated on Chloe knowing who he is, I guess.
No, because Chloe wouldn't question it because she's not.
No,
yeah, you're right.
So the way the Chloe book happens, to conclude, is that Chloe becomes the bee, and she is a better person through that, and her relationship with Marinette is repaired, and they learn they like don't know who each other is, and then the whole thing with Marinette and Adrian, like you can apply this to all of them.
Like
and then,
I'm not immune to the enemies to friends to like dating thing. I'm not immune to that. So like it has its appeal.
And
when has it worked in television though? Like one time it actually worked.
I mean, I'm sure like this has been canon. I mean, if you mean like worked narratively, then that's a separate topic. But we can think about that. But and to conclude, like a main appeal of this is because this is like the one thing I feel like that makes Chloe happy, and like as someone who likes Chloe, like her like love of Ladybug, that want to extrapolate this into a larger thing, I feel like is another big appeal of it. So there's our Chloe bug discussion. Okay, we have to move on. That wasn't 20 minutes, but some heated takes here. So some hot takes. We'll maybe continue this later. Let's discuss, speaking of Chloe and Sabrina,
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Even less healthy.
It's terrible,
No.
but
Delaney,
No.
Chloe, discuss the Chloe and Sabrina. Why is this good?
okay, for the record, no, I recognize that it's terrible, but I ship it anyway. One, like, it's just honestly, it's not all on Chloe. Like, the thing is, like, the kind of person Sabrina is, like, because I'm Sabrina and I am Sabrina. Like, it's just, it happens, and I don't know. Like, okay, we know it seems all the time that Sabrina, like, it just gets, like, the worst of it all the time, but it's like there's a reason Sabrina keeps coming back. Like, Sabrina could have other friends. Like, we know this. Sabrina, like, clung to Marinette.
I don't like that phrasing. I'll disavow that phrasing. But it's yeah. We're presented initially we're presented with like, oh, poor Sabrina.
Also, we get a lot of it. Also, just I mean, we do get Chloe's side of things, but a lot of the show is just from Marinette's perspective too, and like we also know very little about Sabrina other than like she's Chloe's best friend and does everyone's homework. Like, that's all we know about Sabrina. Like, that's what she does.
Yeah, we don't know. There's one or two episodes where like Sabrina actually also seems mean. Like,
yes, Sabrina's not innocent. Like, Sabrina does some mean things too. Like, we know like you know, Chloe tells her to do things, but like, I mean, Sabrina has done things on her own as well.
Yeah, most episodes it's like Sabrina's just the unwitting lackey, but there's a few times when it's like, no, she understands what's happening here.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I think she could be like trapped with this thing with Chloe, but at the same time, I feel like we've seen other things. I feel like that's not what we're being presented with. It initially was. I think we went other places. I don't remember specifics, but there's other episodes.
Well, it's hard to imagine.
Well, there's the episode where Sabrina also like has a new Chloe and Marinette, right? Like, there's that too. Right. I think that was the thing.
Well, it's hard to imagine this show and like have like the kind of show that it is, and like, you know, superheroes and blah blah blah, and have like a character who like is like this kind of like unwitting victim of like friendship. Like, it's really hard to imagine like this kind of scenario. Like it's like Sabrina, like a lot of these characters do have agency, and I feel like Sabrina like gets something out of it, and we've seen her like do things that aren't cool. So. Like, I think we get presented a lot with like, you know, like she's kind of a henchman, but I do think it's more like, I don't know. There's more to it, I guess. I don't know. We'll have to see, but
yeah. So the appeal of this is that they're adorable together because they are. And the best part, I feel like, is when they dressed up as
Ladybug and Cat
Noir.
Even I like that.
Yeah, that was like, it's like, oh my god, it's happening.
Like, they play. That's so cute. They're adorable.
Play together. Like, they're actually friends. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We presented with them actually being friends. And yeah, Chloe's misguided and she ropes Sabrina into bad things. But at the same time, Sabrina knows what she's doing. And also, they're actually genuinely friends. So, like, hopefully when we have the Chloe redemption, then hashtag Chloe redemption, then the Sabrina show this nice sort of Sabrina, and then at the same time, then they can actually.
Well, there's a chance too, if Chloe has this redemption and becomes friends with Marinette, that Sabrina won't want to be her friend anymore, because maybe we'll have this turnaround. It's like Sabrina also, like, maybe Sabrina becomes the new mean girl. We don't know.
Wait, hold on. And then Chloe becomes friends with Marinette, and Sabrina gets really jealous, and then we have a love triangle between the three of them, and then
Sabrina then starts working with Lila ?
And then we can bring Lila in. Oh my god. Okay.
Except I don't like Lila.
No, wrong. But okay.
Okay, no. Now I have to love Lila because Lila is my version of y'all's Chloe because Lila is so misunderstood.
Yeah, but I also love Lila though. She's also the same.
I don't like Lila.
I'm going to use this to spite Delaney now until the end of season 2.
Good. Okay.
You know, I really don't like Chloe as much as Dylan does. I just
I don't know. I was like, when
Delaney
so
just likes
Chloe
Delaney really likes bad ships. That's the thing. That's the trap Delaney's always
Sabrina, Chloe is canon. Okay, moving on. So there's that presentation. Let's talk about Rose and Juleka, actual canon ship. So
yeah, actual canon confirmed.
Adorable.
So let's go through the trajectory of this. One, everyone was like, "What do you guys think of Juleka? Like, she's the coolest." And we're like, "Who is that?" Like, we didn't see her.
Juleka.
They didn't name her character until like halfway through the season.
Where's she at?
And then she's a person, and then she has her own episode, and then like Juleka, and I think Rose is prominently in her episode, and then there's the Rose Prince Ali episode, and then they're also a thing in that episode. So they're best friends obviously in the show, and also they're dating obviously canon the ends, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty much.
The end.
Confirmed.
Like hashtag married. Like,
I think the appealing thing about this is they're like actually super nice. They're like both nice people, and they're both nice to each other, and they're just like genuinely good friends, and they're just really cute, right?
I mean, it's legitimately like the same appeal as All Yanette, except just like lesser because we don't get as many interactions. It's like literally the same.
Yeah, I agree. It's I would say canon.
Yeah, no, canon. It's
Canon.
real.
Yeah, and if the show, so one, the show should actually present them dating. Two, if these are our gay characters and no one else, then also that's annoying. So
Delaney would be irritated
right,
a lot.
so unless they become main
100%.
characters. So Juleka as Miraculous would be great, though. I'm all about
That would be yes.
Although
agree.
I actually think I might like Rose more. I think Rose is great.
I don't know. Both of them can. Both
of them are really good. So
Both of them are great.
All
Okay.
fanfic writers, make an AU or Rose and Juleka or Ladybug and Cat. Go.
Go. Okay.
I don't care which one's which. Just go. Write it. Bring it back for
Let's
next week's class.
let's bring Lila into this and talk about.
You're skipping Tiki Plug.
We're not talking about Tiki Plot.
there's
That's
other ones
literally
we'll
the
get to.
anti-ship.
There's other
Yeah.
ones we'll get to. So let's talk about Lila and I feel like there's a bunch of Lila combinations. First of all, she's in one episode.
Yeah,
Two-
one for one.
Two, there's Lila Adrian. I'm sure everyone ships that, right?
Probably.
No,
Ladry-
no one
Whoa.
ships that, obviously. 'cause
Really?
It's the anti Marinette Adrian. So
There's someone out there who ships it.
All the hipsters who think they're too edgy for Marinette Adrian.
That's the reason you like Lila, Justin. Literally, like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
I like
Call yourself out,
Lila.
Justin.
I like Lila purely because the Roswell theory.
Oh,
And I
God.
looked. Roswell was not under Last Girl Wins, so I'm now calling it the Roswell theory.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Where
Lila-
character introduced at the end of season 1 ends up with the main guy, and we all feel so bad for the main girl who's a cute little snowflake.
Right. Yeah. No. This right now. This is Last Girl Wins for sure. But
It's the Roswell theory.
It's yeah. I don't know what would winning be? Would it be with Adrian or would it be with Marinette? I feel like you could make an argument for either in the show, but I think it'd be with Marinette. But it's well, no, I don't actually. Okay, never mind. This show is complicated with that. But so Lila, yeah. So
Who's our main
Lila's
character?
yeah. Well, it's Marinette obviously, but
Yeah.
no, the main target of affection is Adrian. So it's a little. I mean, it's just subverted, right? But anyway, let's talk about Lila. I guess. I mean, we don't need to talk. She's great. The reason she's great is because I don't know. She's in one episode. She's more mean than Chloe is throughout the series. It's not like she does worse things, but there's like no good aspects of her presented, basically.
And there will be, because at the end of season 1 of Roswell, this new girl, there's nothing good about her. In seasons 2 and 3, we slowly fall in love. Lila is this.
It's a little bit, yeah. I mean, it's a little bit typical of this archetype. I mean, I think Sissy is a similar thing in Code Lyoko season 1, and then she's like actually a character,
okay.
right?
Chloe, Sissy's more Chloe, because we see her very early on, and she
Right.
loves Ulrich.
Yeah, Sissy's Chloe if Chloe is a
Ulrich
Miraculous.
is
Yeah.
Adrian. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're both
And
kind of
Yumi is.
they're both
Oh,
bland.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. Well, no. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, you're big Ulrich and Yumi shipper.
I love Ulrich and Yumi.
Obviously, everyone ships that, but
But I was more odd Lila. I can't help it. They were so cute.
why? It's just so wrong. It's just
I love
it's,
Alita.
it's so wrong.
They're adorable.
Jeremy and Aelita. Okay, anyway, that was our 30-second Code Lyoko interlude.
Okay.
It's related because the creator worked on that show, so it's related. So Lila Marinette. Okay, is this a thing?
I'm sure somebody ships it, so I wrote it down.
The reason Lila's great is because she's this mean girl archetype, and her character model is super appealing. So it's like, there you go. That's all
There
you
we
need.
go.
That's all you need to ship her with Marinette.
That's
She's
all you need.
mysterious.
Or
Who is Lila?
or her as Volpina and ship it with Kat. Oh yeah, there's the Adrian thing. Oh yeah, that I guess that's the thing. Yeah, the two of them.
Because it makes for better fan art.
I don't know how much we need to discuss, but you can throw Lila into any of these ships. We'll see if she's a character next season.
I think Volpina and Ladybug's the best one because it's Shigo. So Shigo and Kim Possible. So that's the only way Delaney would be on board ever.
Well, Volpina could
it
be
could be Kigo.
It could be Lila, or it could be anyone, So
That's fair, I
yeah,
guess.
so we'll see.
Question: Is Lila just similar to Shigo, or is it actually the same voice actress? Because that'd be dope.
I mean,
What?
we even it could be Delaney and I haven't seen her in English, so.
Oh,
True.
okay.
Also, I don't know if
Yeah.
that episode's aired in English, so I guess
It has, not in America.
not in America, right? So yeah,
I watched it in English.
Okay, Tiki Plod, you have
Yes.
literally 10 seconds, Justin. Okay, go.
They're the same species.
Okay,
And
It was 3
That is
seconds.
literally
It was
the
3
worst.
seconds. Okay, done. Okay.
Horrible.
That is Justin just presented it to us a artistic parody of compulsory heterosexuality. Right. That was the Justin parody right there. It's like, yes, we must ship them. They're the same. They're like.
Actually, I just picture Tiki slapping Plog on the back of the head every time he says something stupid. And I don't even need that to be a ship. I just need that to be a webcomic.
Yeah, let's just okay. That can be a.
I never want Tiki and Pog to interact ever. Like that's the only thing I demand of this show. Is
That's what you're
speak.
getting in your Tumblr inbox soon.
No, let's close out with. I said we talk about Nino, Nino and Adrian. I feel like this is our male ship, right?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what else we have. So like, there's nothing else. So we forget, but Nino kind of was a person in the beginning of this
He was
show.
kind of in the person in the beginning.
And he was like, Adrian, man, I gotta stick up for you, man. This is so uncool, man.
And then in Animan too, they're like have like the headset thing, both of them.
They're cute. Like it's fine. They're cute.
Are you gonna ship Adrian and Nino?
I mean, I'll ship it quicker than I'll ship DJ Wi-Fi.
Yeah, for sure. But
But can we agree DJ Wi-Fi is the greatest ship name ever? Except Armleg.
Well, no, like
Does he not know good ship names?
Yeah, we'll refer to Ruby for actual.
I haven't seen Ruby yet.
So then you'll learn the actual good ship names.
Yeah.
TJ Wi-Fi is closer to a good ship name, but yeah. So yeah, they should. That would be I don't know how much we have to say about Nino and Adrian, but that would be. That can happen.
Cute.
Sure.
I'm fine with it.
We need more Nino development and also more Adrian development. So maybe
I'd be fine if we just see Nino and Adrian like hanging out more. Like that was the beginning. It was more of them hanging out, and so it'd be nice to see that some more.
Yeah. Okay. Any other ships? What other combinations are we missing? I don't think anything.
I don't know. The mayor and the principal, I think, would make a wonderful ship, and I have a 3-page essay ready on it.
What?
Okay, sure. I would. You should write a post about that. Yeah.
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 And we'd have a great episode where Chloe finds out that her dad is dating her principal, and they bring up like conflict of interest stuff, but it'd be great.
You just made that really complicated and like.
Yeah. This is like actually a thing now. This is getting the dramatic.
Because like Ken, her principal, who's dating the mayor, and it would be like House of Cards in like 20 minutes, man.
Okay, let's do that.
Oh wow,
that's our season. So are we going to get a new? So that we're going to get like a new hero, but I don't know if it's for the show.
It's probably one of those. Don't get your hopes up. It's probably one of those Zag heroes.
Right. Yeah, it's a Zag hero. But what if we had a new girl be one of the two Miraculouses? Then are we going to ship new girl? Is that a potential new ship? A new girl in anyone?
Some people think the new girl is Adrian's mom. Please no.
Oh yeah, what about Adrian's mom and Adrian's dad? That we're not shipping them.
I ship it.
Why?
Because hey, they were already together for one time. Why can't? Okay, is Hawkmoth evil, or is he like Pegasus evil, where it's like I do bad things because the love of my life is gone?
Justin, quick to defend Hawkmoth, but cannot forgive Chloe.
Right?
Yes, correct.
Hawkmoth literally Hawkmoth spends all of his days like torturing, for the most part, young children, and to find other young children to story. Like, no.
If you have not seen old Yu-Gi-Oh! Pegasus stuff, you don't get it. The Hawkmoth is Pegasus.
Okay,
forever.
we need to stop with the no more Yu-Gi-Oh! Cut off. But
okay, cut
off. But yeah, it's. I mean, Hawkmoth like. No, we're not going to defend Hawkmoth and bash Chloe. I feel like this is backwards here. I mean,
this makes no sense, honestly.
Hawkmoth is too dumb.
Chloe's at least a 14-year-old girl, and Hawkmoth's a grown man.
Hawkmoth is a heartbroken shell of his former self, and thus he hides behind a mask.
Also, he is awful to Adrian, and so
you're awful to Adrian.
I guess sometimes,
I
right?
mean, agreed.
Yeah. So
facts.
Okay, so there we go. So we're done. There's no more ships.
No more ships.
I don't think so.
I mean, the ultimate. We didn't talk about this. I mean, it's the ultimate OT3 though. Is Alya, Marinette, and Chloe.
No,
and we can bring in Sabrina, and you can bring in.
Alya likes Chloe even less than Marinette does. It's not.
Okay, no. I think that's not true. For one, Marinette hates Chloe more than Alya for
Marinette
sure.
Marinette really hates Chloe. Yeah.
Marinette really hates Chloe, so you're wrong.
Yeah.
Alya would hate Chloe just because like Marinette hates Chloe, because that's how friendship works. Like that's how that works.
Yeah.
But
let me.
It's not as intense.
Let me click on our video to make sure we're not missing any comments here. No comments. Okay. So we're good. We're good. We've hit all the ships. Let us know your thoughts on any of the ships, what you ship, what you don't ship. And then suggest ones for the super obscure other ships, future roundtable. Super obscure.
We're doing a what?
No, JK. Unless people have like 10 of
I'm
them.
not writing that out loud.
Well, no, I'm saying people will comment and so suggest.
The listeners make us an outline, Justin. Get with the program.
I love that idea.
So next week we will discuss who knows, because we don't have a topic. But if either of you have ideas, either you two, not the audience, then let me know. And also the audience, let us know in comments, YouTube comments, Tumblr website comments if you have like topic suggestions. The default would be like top 3 episodes, I guess.
Top 10 cat puns.
No.
No. Okay. But yeah.
Dylan just growled. That is a podcast first. Dylan just growled at you.
Wow.
Extra exasperating this podcast, Justin. Well done. Well
done.
We found your purpose.
Well done. Okay.
My purpose.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, wow. The continuity is strong here. I forgot about that. Okay. So there you go.
I have plot arcs on this podcast.
I guess so. Yeah, we have arcs. Overlyanimated.com for everything about the podcast, and let us know your thoughts on this podcast in comments, and also topic suggestions. And you can support us at patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thank you very much to our patrons: Mitch Cordell, Beatrice, Nate, Andy, Jamie, Rachel, John, Ryan, Catherine, Taylor, Davon, Jade, John, and Phonician, aka Fever Mitch, Garner, Sleep Exchange, Nathan Philly, and Buzz Like Your Mailman, Rich Rose, Jenny Brower, Brian, Cookie Cat, Needle, Diamond Day, Jewel, Garfield, TBD. And we will be back next week with some Ladybug topic. Check out our Steven Universe podcast that came out this week. And check out, I don't know, there's no more Star. Actually, I don't know what else is going to be next week. So.
There's no more Star?
It's
Sad.
for 3 weeks. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, there will also, by the time this airs, be Steven feedback. Correct.
Right. So check out the feedback and the episode discussion on overlyanimated.com.
It'll be great.
But neither of those have been recorded, so we don't really know what's happening on them. But
it'll be great.
So thanks guys for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.